Good morning, Rich Beaudry here with Neil Ajibita. Neil is a professional golfer here working out, getting in shape for the season. This week's series talks about how to create more power in your swing. And if you look at a professional swing versus an amateur swing, one thing's real obvious is there's a lot more power in a professional golfer's swing, right?
Sure.
One of the keys to getting power is having the ability to separate your upper body from your lower body, right?
Correct.
The hips from the shoulders, and that so-called X factor, things like that. So one way to test if you have good mobility is to work on a couple of these little drills. So Neil, can you demonstrate that
Sure.
pelvic rotation?
The drill is to keep the shoulders square in a golf posture and to tuck the hips inwards so slightly, not too much, not too little, but just in a little bit, and rotate the hips back and forth.
Notice how he's able to keep his upper body very quiet and still, yet his lower body is able to rotate around that axis. Nice job. All right, the next one is the shoulder rotation. So show us that one.
Same posture, same everything. I'm going to keep the hips quiet, and I'm going to rotate the shoulders back and through.
Really keep these quiet. No movement through the lower half. And he's able to rotate through both directions equally with no rotation in his hips. All right, good. Neil, you mentioned kind of that pelvic tilt or that pelvic control.
Yes,
That's
sir.
huge. Turn to the side. Let's show us what we see with an S posture. A lot of golfers look like this, where they kind of stick their bottom out and they have this real big curve in their low back. This, in effect, locks out the low back and limits your rotation. So what we talk about is just unlocking that just ever so slightly by engaging the abdominals and making that a nice flat back. That's going to allow him to rotate his shoulders and his hips as freely as he can. Right? Good. So this is a drill that we use to teach that, is getting that control. And you, believe it or not, it's pretty hard to do this and not be unstable. So this is still, that's still, and he's just pulling from his lower abdominals to flatten that low back. Good. All right. One of the last differences that we see with professional golfers is stability through the lower half, stable lower half of the body, which makes you have to have strength through your hips, right?
Yes, sir.
Single leg stance is a good test of leg strength and hip strength for lower extremity stability. So professional golfers typically can stand on one leg 30 seconds, eyes closed with no problem.
I'll do a few seconds for you.
Neil can do it. Let's see what it looks like.
All right, here we go.
All right, one more try because I had him under pressure here. Let's do this one more time. I know he's got this. All right, so it's eyes closed, stand tall. Believe it or not, this is not easy.
It's harder than making a 5-foot putt. All right.
That's right,
Do it again.
especially under pressure. You can let your arms
All
down.
right.
Just
No,
relax.
this is comfortable. I can do this right here.
You can see he's got good stability right in the hips. And he lost to the right. So even the pros need work on this. That's the good point right here. So if you want to be able to hit it longer, hit it like a pros, one of the things you need to be able to do is be able to control your pelvis and control the rotation of your shoulders and your hips.
Yes,
You agree
sir.
with that?
I agree.
All right, so get out there and work on these drills. Thanks.